You probably have heard about DeepSpeak. It's a new revolutionary LLM, large language model, that really gives some competition to OpenAI's ChatGPT, to Perplexity, and to other tools like Claude out there. A lot of heat going on in that. And real controversy we've talked about here before, is it safe? Well, we're going to answer that in this video. I'm going to show you what it is, what you need to know about, and ways that you can really prosper from it. Because, hey, that's what we're all about here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, where you can bounce over to starkravingentrepreneurs.com. Gina Carr, my partner, and I work on that to help you. And in this video, we're going to give you some answers that are going to help you in a decisive way to do it. So this is one I'd say sit down, buckle up, get your note-taking device of choice, or pad and paper, or whatever works for you, and a nice pen. Those things still work, by the way. And let's take a look at it. Because when we look at Perplexity now saying, we will use DeepStack. Now, wait a minute, Terry, you were just saying a moment ago that Perplexity is in that. Yeah, well, what they have done, they've brought it in, and they have taken steps, I'm going to show you, to make sure that it is safe and secure, and you have your privacy. This is important. You're going to be able to unlock the full potential of Perplexity's DeepSeek. See, it's a way that they're accessing it now in secure and private, and a powerful tool for research, ideation, and content creation. You see, this is what you want to do, because now you can access some of the real power of DeepSeek. I'll tell you, it is amazing. I mean, even this jaded journalist is sitting back, they tell us in journalism, sit back and go, yeah, right, sure. But I'm looking at it going, hey, this is pretty good stuff. They've got some good ideas going on here, and the kind of capabilities are amazing. Let's take a look at it here. When you introduce this, we're looking at having servers in not China, but in the US, Canada, and Europe. You see, they're now utilizing those located there, so it's going to be different. This is going to ensure your data privacy and security for users worldwide. Also, there's evidence that seamless and reliable access to DeepSeek's capabilities are still there, which means you get all of the beauty that's with that, because you're going to benefit from increased speed and performance across regions. So that means whatever region you're in, you're going to be able to get better speed because of DeepSpeak. It's much faster, and it also costs less for the developers. Hey, it's a win-win all the way around. And matter of fact, it caused over $1 trillion in loss in the US stock market. Used to be, before we'd say, now that's billion with a B. Now we're saying that's trillion with a T. So it's even more. But this is really important. You're going to see that a lot of different capabilities going on. And also, there's some real benefits of DeepSeek. Let's take a look at why you would want to use it. Put security aside for just a moment. It's still there. When you're using Perplexity, it's still there. But there's a lot of other features that you want to take a look at. For instance, you want to look at data sovereignty. What does that mean? Well, it's data that's processed and stored within chosen region, your chosen region, respecting the local regulations. That means if it's the law here, like in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, they say, hey, certain things, privacy, you don't violate that. China, a little bit different situation. And now you've got the best of both. Also, encryption. Now get this, real important. It says the data is encrypted in transit, when it's going back and forth, and at rest, ensuring privacy and security. That's big. That means your data is going to be safe. Now, I still recommend people that are way, way smarter than me in this in security say, wait a minute, don't put your real important information like your social security number, your financial data, your mother's maiden name, for crying out loud. Don't put that out on the internet. And more importantly, in business, for entrepreneurs, your secret plans that you've got, don't put it out there. Your competitors can take a look at that and go, hey, guess what they're up to next week? Yeah, next month they're planning this. Don't do it. And matter of fact, some big firms have done that already, and you want to be careful of that. So we're all learning as we go in this thing. We're seeing there's some things you want to do, some things you want to stay away from, and that's some of them there. Also, you get control and transparency. This is really nice. You're going to get control over your data access and the usage, ensuring transparency and trust. No one's there looking over your shoulder going, hey, how much did you use of that? And what did you do on it? And also, here's some other things with safety precautions. As you're looking at this, which you're going to be able to see with DeepSeek that you'll use with Perplexity. This is the key. We're all talking about this right now. There's some other options as well. But mainly we're going to looking at using Perplexity for what they call R1. You want the safety precautions are going to be there with data encryption. That means it's encrypted at rest and in transit. Security measures, which means that they're on security protocols and the measures are already in place, taking place right now, which makes it really, really nice. Plus, you've got the user privacy. The user privacy gives you the ability to do a lot of nice things with that. And I'm going to show you the kind of things that are available with it through some of my experimentation and let you see the kind of things that I'm doing with it. Here as I get over here, those of you who are catching this on video, see me moving around the screen here. Hey, this is just us here, just putting it together, having a good time. But I want to show you some of the things that I've done with it and how we can use this in the real world and what it says. So here's what I did. I went over to Perplexity and I took a look at it there and I said, okay, let's put this in. And here's the prompt that I put in. Matter of fact, you can take a look at this here. I'll blow it up a little bit for you. Those of you catching this on video, you'll be able to see this really easily and really well on that. I said, tell me about reasoning R1. That's what they call it on Perplexity. When you go into Perplexity, one of the choices you'll have now is reasoning R1. On Perplexity, is it true that it taps into DeepSeek? Is that dangerous storing on Chinese servers? Let's just get it right out there. What are the benefits of using reasoning R1 here on Perplexity? I was in that. And let's take a look at what it said. It said, hey, Perplexity's integration of DeepSeek's R1 reasoning model represents a significant advancement in AI-powered research tools. I like that. Combining cost-effective reasoning with enhanced transparency. And here's a detailed breakdown. The core features are advanced reasoning capabilities. R1, that's DeepSeek R1, uses chain of thought reasoning. That's important. Chain of thought is following through the logic of thinking what you're doing there. Breaking down complex queries step by step, verifying sources and synthesizing information across multiple results. This approach improves accuracy for tasks like financial analysis or technical problem solving. We'll go through the rest of this here real quickly here. The cost efficiency, that's important, particularly if you're a developer. Hey, if you're a developer, that's important. It's costing a lot when you're paying for these development. Now, as a user, me, for instance, I have the paid program with Perplexity, $20 a month. So I'm not paying any more. However, I'm not doing the development and accessing some of the real sophisticated areas that the programmers, the developers would access. But this is a major factor within that also. And the transparency and verification, users can view R1's real-time reasoning process, including source evaluation and self-correction steps. That's important. When I went over to R1, DeepSeek R1, and took a look at it, I could see, okay, it looks interesting. I did not sign up for it. I did not agree to the user agreement because I took a look at that. That user agreement says that your information that you give it is theirs. Always, and even if they change it, it's still theirs, and now you're subject to that. So I thought, wait a minute, I don't know about that. But I went into Perplexity, and what I did, here's what I did. I gave it a test. I put in some of the real gnarly kind of things that we had talked about before on this channel about the Chinese government. What occurred in 1989 at Tiananmen Square? What about Xi Jinping and what is said about him, et cetera, et cetera? I'm not getting political here at all. I'm just saying when you put that in to DeepSeek by itself, it comes out and goes, oh, I'm not allowed to talk about that or something like that. It'll put that in there and you think, hey, wait a minute, why can't you talk about that? We want to hear. We want to know what's there. Well, when you come over and do it on Perplexity, use R1, DeepSeek's R1 through Perplexity, you're going to get better answers and you're going to find out what really happened. That lets you know it's safe and secure. So you're getting some information that you need in the way that you need it and in the time that you need it as well, because this is going to give you the ability to get a lot more done in a lot less time as you're working with it. And it shows us here the integration with Perplexity Search. It combines R1 reasoning with Perplexity's real-time web search. That's important, enabling dynamic workflows like automated research teams and citation-backed reports. You see those symbols right there. I'm using this and viewing it over on Google Docs. I brought it over here. But in Perplexity itself, you've got direct reference as to what happened with it. So as I looked at things like security and data privacy, I realized this is nice. No Chinese server storage, censorship is removed, and risk to consider. Independent audiences found that R1 was 11 times more vulnerable on the original, on DeepSeek servers to vulnerable, generating harmful content than OpenAI's O1. And I got to mention that also in fairness. OpenAI has some good tools. They have O1, but O3 is their newest model they've released. That's ChatGPT, O, not 0, but O as in Omni, O3. They have a mini, M-I-N-I, and a high, H-I-G-H. Those two give you the ability to do some incredible reasoning capability as well. For me, I'm platform agnostic. I love Perplexity, and I'm paying for that. I love ChatGPT, and I'm paying for that also. I find in business, I want both, because sometimes one will be working and the other isn't, or one will give me answers that I go, that doesn't sound quite right, and the other one will give me something that sounds better and is better. So I can see that. I recommend strongly that you look at it from your business point of view. Is it worth $20 a month for each one? Well, now for most businesses, you go, yeah, that's nothing. $20 a month, 2 of them for 40, so what? Well, I'm finding I'm using that, and I'm using Grok, paying $8 a month for that. So I'm paying 48 bucks, roughly 50 bucks a month for it. For me, it's a wise business decision. Gives me some capabilities there. But let's take a look at what it said here about key advantages on this of one over the other, looking at R1 on Perplexity and OpenAI O1, which is okay, a little bit unfair because O1 is an older one, but this gives you the ability to have 14 cents cash and $8 on the cost per million tokens. That's good. Reasoning transparency, full chain of thought visible. That's nice. I like that it is there with that. And on OpenAI, they give you that with ChatGPT. They're now giving it to you in full chain of thought as well. So it's really good here. When we look over here, the source verification, this auto cites and cross-checks the results. And you can get this also now on O3 over on ChatGPT. So these are some things that are important. And the licensing here on Perplexity, MIT license, and it's open source. It was proprietary before on ChatGPT and now open. So here's the bottom line. For researchers and businesses prioritizing cost-effective, transparent AI workflows, we're seeing that on Perplexity, it's offering a compelling solution despite needing vigilance about content moderation. Its integration democratizes access to enterprise-grade reasoning tools while sidestepping geopolitical data risks. This is really important, and it's a key for you and me in the work that we're doing right now. We're getting some good capabilities with these tools, and it's something that you want to take a look at. So in conclusion, when you look at unlocking the full potential of Perplexity's DeepSeek R1, you're getting a real bargain with that, in my opinion. There's a lot of benefits there that you can get with it. And what you want to do is I move this around. Let me make sure you can see this real well here. Perplexity's DeepSpeak empowers individuals and businesses with secure, private, and powerful tool. That's what it really is there. For research, for ideation. I love the ideation, giving me ideas when I'm getting ready to create something, letting me go back and forth with a lot of, yeah, but what about kind of questions that are really important. And content creation. Gives you the ability to embrace the future of knowledge discovery with DeepSeek. I think this has some incredible benefits and incredible possibilities. And so what we'd like to do is hear from you. What do you think about it? Are you using this now? Are you finding this is a really good tool that you can use? And is DeepSeek now safe for you to use with Perplexity? It's something you want to take a look at, see what's there, and find out, is this right for you? Because if it is, you're going to find some really good capabilities and some good features that it has. So in conclusion, what I would recommend for you is to do a careful analysis, what is right for you in your situation. For me and what we're doing as a content creator, Gina and I are finding that yes, we want to use Perplexity R1, which is what you really call Perplexity, and which is really DeepSeek all the way around. So use that, do the research, you'll find that it's very fast. It gives you more thinking capability. That's pretty amazing. When you look at it, how it's thinking, it does very well. And here's what it's going to look like when you're in Perplexity. Notice I've gone in here, it says ask anything. Notice that I've got this set up right here where I can click on this. It's got reasoning R1 that I have selected. When I selected this, I'm on the Pro plan, so I can go back to Pro only. Reasoning R1, that's what I have selected here. And you'll see that gives me the ability to get a lot done there with it with the reasoning R1. It's the new tool hosted in the US. And I also have reasoning O3 Mini. That is from ChatGPT's OpenAI. OpenAI using that within ChatGPT, and it gives you that ability to access it. So I'm thinking you're not going to go wrong when you're using a tool like Perplexity and making all this happen. But we want to hear from you, and what do you think on this? Let us know in the comments below, wherever you're getting this, whatever platform, and come over and see us sometime. We'd love to see you on there, and be sure and share this with your community. This is big news. They're going to love you if you share this with your community. We'd love to have you like us. That helps us a lot. And then subscribe, because by subscribing, we get a chance to stay in touch. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. You tell me that you're a subscriber and you got my gratitude already there. Hey, and that can come in handy too from time to time. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Catch the video we've got coming up for you here on how you can start tapping into AI a whole lot more and make more on that to build your business. I'm Terry Brock with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Looking forward to hearing from you.